All right. I think we are set to begin now. Please accept my apologies for the delay due to the technical glitches. But let us get started. I will turn off my video for the sake of quality, but we can still go ahead and work with what we have. So we'll start off with why DNS matters. Now, the domain name system is the backbone of the internet, and without it, we wouldn't be able to browse websites and send emails or connect to online services. Now, in Uganda, we face real challenges when it comes to things like low DNSSEC adoption, fragile infrastructure with single points of failure, and very limited awareness of DNS policies. Now, these gaps expose us to outages, things like cyber attacks, and very limited awareness when it comes to DNS policies. Now, these gaps can lead to slow connectivity sometimes. But within these challenges lies an opportunity to build local capacity and to create solutions and secure Uganda's digital future. And that is why we are running this hackathon for for that purpose. Now, what exactly is the DNS Hackathon? The DNS Hackathon is a 7-day innovation event where we bring together developers, network engineers, cybersecurity experts, and policy thinkers and students. And it's an opportunity basically to facilitate cross-disciplinary collaboration, and teams will co-create prototypes, tools, and even frameworks to strengthen our DNS ecosystem. Now, just so you know, this is not all about code. It's about ideas, it's about resilience, it's about impact, and about the objectives. The objective is very clear. And first, it is to drive innovation in the DNS infrastructure and security. The second is to boost DNSSEC adoption and resilience across Uganda. And then the third is to build practical tools that can detect and mitigate and prevent DNS threats. And then lastly, it's to foster collaboration across academia, government, industry, and technical community. And we want to build solutions that matter locally, but then also solutions that we can be able to scale globally. regarding the tracks, for this hackathon, we've structured the hackathon around 5 tracks that reflect global Uganda DNS priorities and best practices. One of them is DNS infrastructure and reliability, and this focuses on strengthening DNS performance, resilience, and redundancy to reduce outages, and then also to improve user experience. The second one is DNS security and DNSSEC adoption. And here participants will work on solutions to protect against DNS attacks and to promote DNSSEC adoption and safeguard against user trust across the internet. Then the third one is DNS policy and regulation. And this is basically to mitigate DNS abuse, and then also to see that we improve stakeholder engagement. And also here teams will propose frameworks and policies and models to improve accountability and mitigate DNS abuse and promote decision making as well. And then the fourth one is local content and latency, which is also a vital area where teams will design solutions to boost local hosting and reduce reliance on external infrastructure and cut latency through IXPs and caching. Now, if you're not technical, you may want to have a further description of what an IXP is. An IXP stands for Internet Exchange Point, and these are basically infrastructure that is built to reduce latency. Latency is how long it takes for your data to be picked from the server to your device. So if, for example, you're accessing a site like google.com and Google has its services co-located in an IXP in the country. For this example is the UIXP. It becomes easier for you to be able to access the different services that Google has to offer quicker. Yeah, so that is one of the most important uses of or benefits of having internet exchange point. Now, the other track is universal acceptance and email address internationalization. Universal acceptance is one of those things that is key on the conversations that we're having. Most of us will note that most of the internet is in English, but not every person actually speaks English. Now, back in the days, we used to have generic top-level domains like .com, .net, .org. But nowadays we have long top-level domains. We have .photographer, .africa, and so on and so forth. Excuse me. So this track addresses inclusivity online, and the challenge is ensuring that all domain names and email addresses work seamlessly across all scripts, across all platforms and languages and devices as well. And together, combined, all these tracks, they balance technical, they balance operational and governance challenges, ensuring that every single participant finds a space to contribute meaningfully. Looking at some examples, just to give you a sense of what participants will work on. Here are some examples, and one of them is imagine building a localized DNS outage monitor tailored to Uganda, or creating a DNSSEC adoption toolkit for registrars and engineers, or designing a framework for DNS abuse reporting for the 2G domains. Now, even developing policy proposals to strengthen trust and governance around DNS. So that is just a brief highlight of some of the challenges that we shall be looking at. There is a document that we shall share a bit later that looks at all the different tracks, all the different challenges that that we have explored Prior to this, we did a research which is actually ongoing. It's called the State of DNS in Uganda. And that research basically looks at how the DNS is currently standing. Now, from that is where we actually adopted the challenges that shall be presented to you. And according to our schedule, we are hoping to meet, to start, not hoping, but we're actually starting the actual hacking on Wednesday. And in between now and then, we'll be sharing with you the different tools that you need to access the different services online to facilitate your hackathon. Now, you might ask, who is the hackathon for and who can participate? Well, the hackathon is open to a broad audience that is of developers, network engineers, cybersecurity experts, but then also students, early career fellows, policy researchers, law and civic innovators. And no matter what your background is, there's a place for you. There is a notion, actually not a notion, it's a tagline that the Internet Society goes by, and that is that the internet is for everyone. You are part of the internet, and the internet is for you, and it is important for you to voice out the kind of internet that you want to have as a person. So mentoring and judging, mentorship is key. It is central to this hackathon, and we've invited top experts and cybersecurity professionals and networking and governance teams and judges and mentors. And these are to help us and guide us along the way. Some of you may not be so much familiar with some of the things that we shall be dealing with, but our mentors will guide us through to see that we are able to have a grasp of what we shall be working on. So much of part of the beginning part of the hackathon is to learn and get engrossed on what we are going to be working on, and then the better half is to actually do the actual getting our hands dirty to have a clean product out there. And our judging criteria are straightforward. We are looking at things like relevance, and that is relevance to the Ugandan context. And then we are looking at projects that are innovative and projects that give impact and are scalable. Yeah, and then also clarity in presentation also matters. And at the end, awards will be given for best innovation, best clarity, best security solution, best policy idea, and so on. So what exactly are the benefits of being a part of this hackathon? One of them is that participants will learn directly from top DNS experts and cybersecurity experts, and you'll gain hands-on experience from tackling real-world problems. We so happen to have different partners on board. We have the Uganda Communications Commission. We have ICANN, which is the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. And then we have RENO, which is the Research and Education Network Uganda. And then we have Refactory. So us having such a good core support will enable us to have a fruitful DNS hackathon, but then also have a fruitful DNS forum. So I would like to implore you now to ask any questions if you have before we move ahead. Do you have any questions, anyone? Hello. Does any of you have any questions to ask?
Hello, good afternoon from my end. Thank you for the intro and the insights into the hackathon so far. From my end, I do not have any question for now. Thank you, please.
All right, Francis. Any other questions from anyone?
Hello, good afternoon from my end. My name is Philip, and I just wanted to inquire about the different tools that we're going to use. Is there a way of how we could get access to them earlier on so that we at least familiarize ourselves with them even before the hackathon starts so that
Philip, I think your audio is a bit scrambled. But just to be sure I got you right, you wanted to find out if you can get access to the tools earlier on before the actual hackathon starts. The answer is yes. We are working with our provider, our partner, Reno, for the infrastructure, which is currently in the final stages of being set up. And by tomorrow, we shall be able to have access to those tools before we can begin the hackathon, the actual hacking, and then also we shall form into teams according to the different tracks. So by tomorrow, you shall be able to have all that information.
sorry, I had gotten off. May I get some feedback? I had gotten off, so
Philip, sorry that you had to get off. I was saying that the tools that you need for the hackathon shall be provided to you tomorrow. And we are working with our provider, with the Research and Education Network Uganda, Reno, in finalizing the setup. And as soon as we are done forming teams, we shall gain access to those tools.
okay, then I think my last one is I hope the tools are open source, like we do not need to make a subscription for them. And then is there a way just like to join a team? So is there a kind of a call out we're supposed to make for people to join our teams or us joining other people's teams? Or like the arrangement for the team formation?
All right, Philip, I've taken note of your question. Your audio was breaking, but I will reply that to you via email. But then just to quickly give you a highlight, team formation is going to happen once we have everyone on board, or at least a substantial number. And then from that, we shall then guide you on what tools you need for each team. And you mentioned about open source. Yes, we shall use open source tools so that they will work with what is flexible for us to use. So there's no need for purchasing premium tools. All right. I see Lemmy Agre and Nicholas. You haven't shared anything yet. Is there anything you want to ask?
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yes, Mr. Cliff. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Nicholas.
Yeah, good. I'm sorry I missed in the morning. I tried to to join the link, but I found myself alone, so I couldn't join again. Missed out some part in the morning. I don't know if it was I can get some brief about maybe not start in the morning. Otherwise, thank you for this opportunity and all the partners.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. And the reason as to why we had this session is because it was a repeat of what happened in the morning. We noticed that according to the schedule, most people were not able to make it during that time. So we are also flexible and learning along the way to see what works for all of us in terms of availability and all the other factors. And yeah, that's why we had this session. Now, also point to note is that we shall have all the sessions recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel and share with you on email. But then also we do encourage you to join the WhatsApp group, which we shall use for quick communications. I don't know if most of you received the email that we sent out yesterday. If you did receive the email that we sent out yesterday, there is a link for you to join the WhatsApp group so that we can have very quick updates. We had thought of using other tools like Discord, but then looking at the rate of adoption and then usage, we thought about using tools that are very familiar to us. That is why we chose Zoom for our meetings and then WhatsApp for our other communications that are off Zoom. So I don't know if I've addressed your question. Yeah, but if you have any other question to ask or you need clarity, please feel free to ask. All right, it seems there's no other questions. So please, I encourage you to sign up or have access to the WhatsApp group so that we can be able to communicate fluently the remaining items. And if there are no other questions, allow me to bring this meeting to a close. Mafab is asking whether it is open for local. Is it only open for locals like Ugandans only? Well, what is ideal is Ugandans, but DNS affects everyone. And if you know anyone who is willing to contribute to the resilience of the Ugandan DNS space, please send them a link to join. They are so much welcome. And we shall be looking forward and excited to host them. All right, if there are no other questions, please allow me to bring this meeting to a close. And I would encourage you to get access to the WhatsApp link so that you are able to follow the conversation and the communications on WhatsApp. All right, thank you again for joining, and this meeting is now come to a close. Have a nice afternoon and evening, and looking forward to engaging with you further as we shall be rolling out further communications about the way forward.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.